All right, let's dive into a story that sounds like it's straight out of a movie. Imagine a royal decree for the complete annihilation of a people, and that exact order ends up kicking off a massive nationwide party. Sounds wild, right? Well, that's the story of Purim, the ultimate feast of reversal. And that's really the question at the heart of this whole thing. I mean, how on earth does a day marked on the calendar for total destruction become a day of incredible celebration? How do you flip the script that dramatically? Let's get into it. So if there's one word you need to remember here, it's reversal. That is what Purim is all about. It's this unbelievable moment in history where everything, and I mean everything, that was intended for evil gets turned completely on its head. And the name of the holiday itself is the first big clue. Purim comes from the word pur, which means the lot, like casting lots or rolling dice. Now get this. The holiday is literally named after the dice that the villain, a guy named Haman, rolled to pick the perfect date for a genocide. The very tool he used to plan their doom becomes the name of their greatest celebration. I mean, you can't make up irony that perfect. Okay, so let's rewind a bit. Where does this whole story even begin? How did this terrifying threat come about? And more importantly, how in the world was it so completely overturned? Just try to imagine this. An official decree goes out across the entire Persian Empire. It says that on one specific day, a day chosen by a random roll of the dice, every single Jewish man, woman, and child is to be killed. The clock is officially ticking. Can you even imagine the fear, the dread? A day of absolute sorrow and mourning is on the calendar for everyone to see. But then, just when it seems like all hope is lost, everything changes. In one of the most stunning turnarounds you'll ever hear about, that exact month was flipped. As the book of Esther says, it was turned unto them from sorrow to joy and from mourning into a good day. This wasn't just about dodging a bullet. This was a total, complete victory. And when you look at it side by side like this, the scale of that reversal is just staggering. Haman's big plan for annihilation, it backfired spectacularly. The very enemies who were supposed to be the aggressors fell right into their own trap. And that day of sorrow he had planned, it became the exact opposite. Days of feasting and pure gladness. Every single part of his evil plot was completely inverted. So, okay, a spontaneous party after a near-death experience makes sense. But how does that one-time celebration become an official festival, something people observe every single year? Well, that's what happened next. It all started with Mordecai, one of the heroes of the story. He knew this incredible moment couldn't just be a one-and-done party. It was way too important. So he wrote everything down and sent out a command, basically laying the foundation for how this victory should be remembered forever. And he was super specific about what this should look like. The celebration had to have 3 pillars. First, feasting and joy. You gotta celebrate being saved, right? But he knew it couldn't stop there. So second, sending portions of food to one another. This was all about strengthening community bonds. And third, and this is absolutely crucial, giving gifts to the poor. The idea was that everyone, no matter what, had to be able to join in the celebration. Nobody gets left out. And then, to make it all truly legit, Queen Esther, the other central hero, used her royal authority to make Mordecai's decree official law. She had it written right into the permanent records of the kingdom. And just like that, Purim was cemented as a permanent fixture. But beyond the history and the traditions, there's a much deeper mystery to this story. It's something people have been wrestling with for centuries. I mean, really think about it. A whole series of perfectly timed coincidences, a reversal so complete it almost feels impossible. Was this all just 1 in a million good luck? Or was there a hidden hand at play here? And this is where the story gets truly profound. In the entire biblical book of Esther, the name of God is never mentioned. Not a single time. And that's not some accident or oversight. It's actually the whole point. This leads to this incredible concept of hidden providence. The idea is that history isn't just a random series of chaotic events. Instead, there's a divine purpose unfolding behind the curtain, guiding events even when it's not obvious at all. The very absence of God's name in the story forces you to look for his handiwork in the events themselves, working through people and circumstances. So, when you pull all this together, you have to ask, why does this ancient festival still resonate so strongly today? What is its lasting legacy? Well, the legacy of Purim is just massive.
It's so much more than one historical event. It's a powerful testament to hope winning out over despair. It's a reminder that even the most terrible fate can be overturned. It's a beautiful celebration of community and generosity. But at its deepest level, it's about finding a divine purpose working behind the scenes in the most unexpected of places.
And so the story leaves us with a pretty big question for our own lives, doesn't it? Purim is all about navigating a crisis when you can't see the hand guiding you. So when we face our own uncertainties, when the path forward is completely unclear, where do we find the hope and the purpose to believe that a better outcome, maybe even a great reversal, is still possible?